Dom Joseph Pothier, OSB, was a worldwide known French prelate, liturgist and scholar who reconstituted the Gregorian chant. Benedictine life. Born in 1835 at Boursemont, France, Dom Joseph Pothier was ordained a priest in the Diocese of Saint-Dié-Acute in 1858. Before immediately joining St. Peter's Abbey, Solesmes under Abbot Dom Prosper Guéranger. By founding in the then derelict Priory of Solesmes the first new abbey of the Order of Saint Benedict in France, Dom Guéranger had re-established monastic life in the country after it had been wiped out by the French Revolution. Dom Pothier later was made sub-prior of Solesmes, then claustral prior of St. Martin's Abbey, Liguey, a former deserted priory which had been resettled by Solesmes, and superior of the colony of monks from Liguey, being in turn repeopling the monastery of St. Wandrille, an ancient and abandoned Benedictine abbey, also suppressed during the French Revolution, in St. Wandrille, Rancon, Normandy. Pope Leo XIII having restored the abbatial title of Fontenelle specially for him, Dom Pothier was eventually raised to the dignity of Abbot of St. Wandrille's Abbey, becoming the first abbot of the monastery since the French Revolution and its first regular abbot since the 16th century, and the Cardinal Archbishop of Rouen, assisted by the abbots of Solesmes and Liguey as co-consecrators, conferred the abbatial blessing upon him on 29 September 1898. In the presence of 3 other prelates and 150 priests, Dom Pothier moved from France to Belgium with his exiled community in 1901. Following the French Association laws against religious congregations passed by Minister Waldeck Rousseau, a musicologist, disciple and collaborator of Dom Prosper Guéranger, Dom Pothier contributed to the reconstitution, the restoration and the renewal of the Gregorian chant, a form of monophonic, unaccompanied sacred song of the Roman Catholic Church. Besides being the composer of many Gregorian songs and the writer of a huge amount of articles, Dom Pothier was also the head and editor of the Revue du Chant Gregorian, supervising the publication of several works. The founder of the Paléographie musicale publication for the dissemination of medieval liturgical manuscripts, and the author of a new edition of the choir books based on manuscripts of the Gregorian chant and of several studies on the plain chant, including Les Mélodies Grégoriennes d'après la Tradition, 1880, his chief work which became the standard work on the subject. Dom Pothier was appointed president of the newly created Pontifical Commission on the Vatican edition of the Gregorian liturgical books by Pope St. Pius X in 1904. As chairman of this commission for the reconstitution of the music of the Roman Catholic Mass, Dom Pothier lived in Rome from 1904 till 1913. His Liber Gradualis, 1883, marks the beginning of a reform in liturgical chant and was used as a basis for the Gradual Vatican which was published, under his responsibility, in 1908. The Most Reverend Dom Pothier died at the Old Priory of Conques, Belgium in 1923. The Bishop of Luxembourg and 6 prelates attended his funeral at Clairvaux Abbey, Luxembourg. The exiled community of St. Wandrille's Abbey, under Dom Pothier as abbot, founded in 1912 a new priory in Canada, St. Benedict Abbey, Quebec, which later became independent within the Solesmes congregation.